Hello, hello, everybody. Give it a little bit, let this live stream get started. Alright, looks like we are live. Welcome to the live stream, everybody. My name is Badoggy, and today we're going to be looking at the crypto market. Yeah, so I did a live stream, about 3 or 4 of them between the last 2 weeks. And about 2 weeks ago, I called the temporary Bitcoin bottom. Of course, it's never truly the bottom until we see major highs, but called the temporary bottom right here, coming down from the 7,300 down to the 6,200 level. And I let out some buys then, and I thought I'd let y'all know when the sells come to play, because I have sold and collected most of my profits. I do hold some Bitcoin and some Ethereum Classic still, but that's just for the long-term trades. But for the trading of my capital, I have collected some profits, so we'll go ahead and dive into it. Alright, well, welcome everybody. If you are new here, my name is Badoggy. A little info about me: I'm a crypto miner and I do some technical analysis and some trades. Yeah, let's go ahead and dive into Bitcoin, the king. Alrighty, so Bitcoin today is looking like we're having some kind of a correction on the 4-hour. The RSI is definitely overbought, but you know, the trade that I let out 2 weeks ago, we'll go ahead and see the profits that we've gained on that. I'm using TradingView. It's a really good platform to view charts and do some technical analysis on. So we'll go ahead and do a price range. I did not catch it directly at the temporary bottom of, I believe it was 61.27, but I did have a buy set up at right here at 62.07. The greens are my buys, the orange is the resistance slash support levels, and the red are my temporary sells. So right here, buying at 6,200. We had a trade up to 6% right here, so this resistance level, but I didn't collect it another 8%. But I like to just trade on my buys and sells, and yeah, so from the buy and sell, I made about 8.5%. And I believe it was about 2 weeks. We'll go ahead and do a date range right now. Looking about, hold on, let's move this back over. Yeah, about 13 days, 2 weeks pretty much. Yeah, so 13 days, made 8%, is really good. And the reason I collected my profits is because I see that a potential of a pullback. It does not mean that we cannot continue up, because looking at Bitcoin on this is the 4-hour chart. If we move over to the day chart, we will see that it does have some room to go up. Not much, but it does definitely have some room. The RSI isn't too overbought. It's about sitting somewhat neutral, a little overbought, but not really technically considered overbought. And we could continue up to this trend line that we have coming down, you know, on a macro level. And that's what I was expecting, but since the RSI and the 4-hour went so high so quickly, since we had such a quick pump, I decided to take profits. We could continue up to like 6,900 or so, but I'm honestly, you know, considering risk and reward. That's a big thing to me. And going back to this 4-hour, you see the RSI difference looking overbought. I'm really big on risk and reward, and I like to take my gains. So I took my gains, and I'm gonna stick with them, and because I can always hop back in, you know. you can always hop back in, but I don't want to be that person that misses out on the gains. So gonna collect those. Already did. Sold at 67.50. Still a nice point to sell, but you know, that's totally up to you and depending on where you got in and where you got out. But if you took this trade on me, congrats to you. And yeah, because I sold, I don't think Bitcoin will continue or ever be anything. Definitely will make all times high in the future. But for the time being, I'm just trading the volatility because that's how I like to trade this market. Alrighty, talking about volatility, coming out of this, what I thought was going to be a pennant, but it broke down and it came out with this buy right here. I set the buys between my original buy, if you look back on the streams, it was 19.3, and I saw that it was continuing further. I still held my position at 19.3, and I had set this at about 18.4. Broke a little bit down below it, but at 18.2, but then came right back up and within like 15 minutes. So this was a great buying range that I had set out. And reason being is because looking at between this RSI right here, it hit the bottom where I saw it was completely oversold. So that's where I bought using the RSI right there. And it continued up. And I didn't collect these gains, not yet, because I knew that we were going to come up here to get through this pennant that was supposed to form. And when it came back down, I just held my position because, as I said, I knew it was going to come back up. And looking at that, we'll take a look at the price range. I bought right here. We'll do, I believe it was around 24% or so. Let's see, I sold at 24 cents. Yeah, about 23.78, a little bit more, about 23.8 or so. 23.8, and I believe it was about the same time span as Bitcoin for me. It was about 2 weeks, 13 days or so. Ooh, excuse me. A little bit more is about 14 and a half days. So yeah, that's really good. 23.8% on 14 days. That's a really nice trade. I'm glad that got to capitalize, and I have exited my position on that. I do believe in Stellar. It's a great project in my opinion, and it definitely can continue up. It looked like it's having a run here in the last 4 hours, but I'm definitely gonna sit on the sidelines because I like to trade when I know that there's major opportunity for me, and I value risk and reward. So I like to trade whenever I know that something's completely overbought. No, completely oversold. And I get to really capitalize on that rather than just kind of going into something hoping for it not to fall, do a quick little pump, and then fall more. So yeah, it's just gonna sit on the sidelines for this one, be happy with my gains. It is crazy how much this did go up though. I was not expecting it to actually do. Let's see. From right there, let's do the actual bottom from there. Wow. Stellar actually did 50% gains. I think that was within like a week too. Let's see. Let's do a date range on that one. No, yeah, that was about, oh, right there. Yeah, about 10 days. A little more than a week. Wow, that is a really good trade. I recognize that Stellar was going to do something like this just because it was just at a really good price and definitely oversold. And yeah, the chart show it all. Technical analysis is a really great way to be trading, and I definitely advise everybody to do some of their own, do some technical analysis, get on TradingView, do some charts. Even if you don't get into a trade, definitely just give it a shot, see if you're right or wrong, and that's the only way to learn. Yeah, so moving on to Ethereum Classic. Now this one right here, this one I had to put this up with my other two. You know, I was mainly focused on Bitcoin and Stellar, but I had put Ethereum Classic up because I recognize that this is a great project that I believe in long term. And the reason I have this up and I'm watching it is not because I'm trading it, because I'm not. I'm not trading it. I was trading it with the back when it was getting added to Coinbase, because we all know when something gets added to Coinbase, the hype. I think I made 26% gains on that one. So it's selling at around 18 or so. But with this one, the reason I'm watching it is because I am mining it. It's one of the coins that I am mining. I'm mining Ethereum Classic, Ethereum as well as Bitcoin and some other altcoins. But watching this one because long term, I do believe in this project to reach, 3x, 5x gains. And I'm not calling this as a trade because I'm not expecting this today, tomorrow, next week, a month from now. I'm expecting this to be like a yearly or more trade for it to do so. But I do have some buy zones in here for anybody that cares for them. I set it between 12 and 10. I knew that this was a good range to get in for long term. But if you did trade between these ranges, where I said the 10, it went to bottom out about 9.8, and then the other bottom was about 10 and 1 cent. So it was off of about 1 cent on that. But it did do a swing from $10 up to where it is now. And that would be about 16% right there. So that was a good trade. I wasn't really focused on this one because I am holding it long term. But take a look at the day chart. Completely long term, I have a sell between $33 and $37 just because I know that's a macro supply zone for me. And yeah, I'm just gonna continue to hold on to this one and other altcoins while I just hold this on the side. So yeah, that was pretty good. That did pretty well gains. I'm still gonna leave these up and just wait for the next opportunity that I can make, 10 to 25%, and hopefully catch 50% gains on something like what Stellar did. But you can't always expect for such huge gains. That's why I'm really big on taking your gains when you have them. Like, that's why I took my gains right now when Bitcoin and Stellar could definitely go up more, just like how Bitcoin is a little bit lower than what I sold it at for the time being, and Stellar is a little bit more than what I sold it at, so I could have made a little bit extra, but I'm satisfied with what I made. And that's the biggest part for me, is taking those gains and just waiting for the next opportunity to capitalize in this market. Because the whales that are moving this market, they're the ones that are creating these prices, the tops and the bottoms, where to buy, where to sell. And someone like me or you who has a little bit good amount of capital to a normal person, but definitely not trading with millions of dollars, you gotta follow what they're doing, and using technical analysis you can definitely view how to trade what they're doing and how they're moving the market, because that's how you capitalize on building your stack, is trading on what they're doing rather than just wishful hoping of 5x 10x gains in this crypto market just because everybody hears, oh, it's crypto, sick gains and all that. And as that does happen, yes, but you got to collect that volatility trades, because if you don't, like, for example, we'll just do a quick example on Stellar right here. Back when I was trading this between here, like, the reason I'm so big on trading volatility, we'll do just a price range right here. So trading in between this pennant, which I did a few times, top of the pennant to the bottom of the pennant is about 20%. Alright, now person that's somebody that's just like, oh, hold, hodl, hold. Just hold your gains. Look, boom, up once, 20%, down. So you sell, right? You collect, boom, and you go up again. That would technically, don't move that. Let's move this. Boom, you would make another 20%. So now you made a 40% stack. Comes down again. Boom, it goes back up. You made 60%. Alright. And then a little bit less because as it is closing, it is less. So about 11, we'll just call it 10. So boom, 70% trading in between this whole thing. Or you just held the whole time and made 17%. So would you rather for opportunities to come to you? You gotta wait for the price to come to you because we're not making this market. The whales are, and so just being patient and waiting for the price to come to you is where you'll capitalize the most. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for today. I am expecting some kind of pullback. We definitely can continue up more, but I'm just gonna wait for my next opportunity and to where I see a really confident trade. So, and tutorials on how to mine if anybody's interested in that. So be sure to subscribe, stay updated, and I'll catch y'all next time. Good luck trading and get those gains. Alright, later y'all. Badoggy out.